Hi everybody, welcome back to Kingdom Wealth Creators. I want to talk to you today about this 50% margin rule that SEBI has said that it's implementing. Now, if you look at the screen, you will see that the margin rules that 50% of our total margin should be in cash has been actually postponed to February 28th, 2022. And so that is the ruling on this by SEBI as of now. Now, what is interesting is that some brokers have already started implementing the rule on a client basis simply because it's easier for them. I know that Zerodha has already implemented this for overnight positions, and Finvasia did this last week. In fact, they implemented the change on Saturday and they updated their website. So if you look here, you can see that on the 14th of this month, they updated that you need to have 50% as in cash or cash equivalent collateral. And then during market hours on Monday, which was 17th of Jan, it was implemented. It came as a shock for people like me because I have a lot of equity and bond positions that I have pledged as collateral, almost 2.9 crores worth of it. And suddenly I was seeing 90 lakhs of shortfall. So I was shocked. Even though my margin was still reflecting 98 lakhs available, the shortfall was showing as 91 lakhs shortfall. I couldn't buy any equity positions, nor could I sell any futures and options. Basically, I was stuck. It's like I was under a trading ban. I immediately got on the call with Finvasia. I asked them what the issue was. They said they've implemented this new rule. And I was surprised because they said they'd send out a mail to all the clients on Saturday, but I didn't receive that email. So on the 17th, on Monday, because the market was kind of okay, it wasn't much of an issue. Where the issue came was on the 18th, on Tuesday, and on 19th, Wednesday, when the market started falling, and I literally could not take any further hedges because the shortfall was still existing. So on Monday itself, I realized, the shortfall is there. I need to, sell off my equity positions, a lot of it, so that I can have at least 1.5 crores as cash to meet their requirements. So what did I do? On Monday, I closed a few of my F&O positions. Some of those that were in profit, I closed them to reduce my margin level. At the same time, I sold stocks of almost 86 companies, totaling 1.55 crores. So you can see here on Monday, my equity holdings and my bond holdings totaled about 2.89 crores. Now here's the struggle. Because of this shortfall, because they suddenly implemented this system, I would have a shortfall margin that would come into accounting. And on that day, on the 17th at night, they called me and said there was a 75 lakhs margin shortfall. And either I had to put in 75 lakhs or there would be a 1% penalty. But during the day itself, I had talked to my relationship manager at Finvasia. I told him, hey, what happens if there's a shortfall? Because it's not my fault. It is something that you adopted suddenly. So he said no interest would be charged. So the first day itself, even though there was a shortfall, they didn't charge any interest on that. On the second day, there was another shortfall of 10 lakhs. They didn't charge interest on that. So for that, I had to give Finvasia credit. They realized that because they implemented the system without prior notice, there were going to be clients with this shortfall issue. They did not implement it in terms of the interest. I didn't have to pay any interest on it, but it did cost me a lot of difficulty simply because of the tension of selling 1.5 crores worth of equity positions, the tension of being unable to add any further hedges to a lot of my F&O positions as well. You see on the 18th and the 19th, the market started crashing and falling down. And I wasn't in a position to hedge simply because I didn't have the margin. I could just sit and watch. I tried to close some of my positions. But by the time it was 19th, a lot of the damage was done. But, I've understood, one thing is that a lot of brokers have already implemented this. And if they have not, they will start implementing it because as of now, SEBI's ruling says that on February 28th, 2022, we would need to have a 50% cash margin. And so in a way, I'm glad that they implemented it. I'm not happy with the way they implemented it suddenly. I'm glad that they have not charged extra interest on the margin shortfall because that was not our fault. And so a lot of things like that. Then I asked them the question, hey, now that I have cash margin, can I use cash equivalent? And they did tell me that you can either use liquid Bs or sovereign gold bonds. And because some of you had asked this question, that's what I'm going to do to protect my cash, just to safeguard the 1.5 crores in cash sitting there. I've already started buying, in tranches. I've bought 20 lakhs worth of liquid beefs. I will pledge it on Monday. Once that pledge is fully satisfied and the margin comes into my account, I'll buy the next lot of 20 lakhs and then wait to pledge it. And so it's going to take a while, about roughly 15 days before I can fully get back to my full margin. But basically, this 50% margin rule has really impacted me and my portfolio during January, because the crash also happened at the same time. But overall, it has been a very tense week when it comes to this 50% margin rule. I hope you're not caught out by that. Just understand that these things happen. Rules keep changing. A lot of things. SEBI changes its rules from time to time. Brokers change their rules from time to time, and it is dependent on us to quickly adjust and change our strategies to match those, so that we're not caught out. So that's what I did over the last few days. I just quickly adjusted. I sold off a lot of equity positions, even if they were somewhat at a loss, because I didn't want to end up in paying huge margin penalties. 75 lakhs shortfall means 75,000 rupees a day would be charged as the penalty. So those were things that I implemented, and so now I'm in a better position, and I hope that this video helps you also understand how we can work with the 50% margin rule. You still can have 50% as collateral on your equity and bond positions, and the rest of it, you don't need to keep it necessarily as cash. You can keep it as cash equivalent, which is what I'm doing by buying liquid Bs and pledging that as well. So thank you so much.